For heaven's sake, stop being an intern when it comes to your wealth. I mean, look at what you've achieved. Look at all the tasks that you've been able to delegate. Look at how you operate in your professional circles. Look at just the way you've been able to achieve the results that you've achieved in your career. It wasn't by you trying to do everything. It wasn't by you trying to be the specialist in every aspect of your role or your business. It was by you learning that your best outcomes came when you found the people who had the specialist skills that you needed and you leveraged them. Win-win. And I love me a win-win. So why not adopt that same CEO persona when it comes to your wealth? Hello, you are a CEO. You are no longer an intern when it comes to your money. So a lot of times I see this type of approach to wealth in the imposter earner archetype, in that imposter syndrome that is being manifested within your wealth mindset. It's that secret fear that the success you've achieved so far is a fluke and you can lose it at any minute. It's you saying to yourself, I'm making all this money. I really should be better at managing it. And given your level of success, you feel like if anyone would ever find that out, it would be the ultimate shame. So what do? You actually freeze that cash. You hold on to every penny that you possibly could instead of deploying it strategically because you are just terrified of making what in your mind would be a very costly mistake. Well, let's talk about one of my favorite authors, Mr. Benjamin Hardy, and his application of who, not how, and we will apply it specifically to our personal finances because we understand that what you have seen in your career is true. Great leaders don't do everything. Great leaders delegate to experts to save their most valuable asset, which is time. And I don't care how much money you're making, how much money you have accumulated so far, by far your most valuable asset across the board is time. Probably close behind that would be your health, your wellness, your well-being, and then maybe your financial resources, right? Relationships and all of that, they flow through. But let's talk about how we can apply the who, not how lesson to our personal finances. Ladies, we are CEOs. So let's build yourself a personal C-suite for you, a wealth architect, not just a successful earner, but someone who is going to bring design, beauty. You're going to bring deliberate strategy to your wealth. You are a wealth architect. First things first, I think you need a strategist, and that's me. Your wealth strategist is the one who comes on board to help you define your vision, really set your mindset and create the overarching plan. I'm here to help you create everything that's going to be at the foundation of your wealth architect deployment. It is where your vision comes to life. It is where you explore what wealth could mean to you, what wealth could create for you. It's where you take that vision and you superimpose your purpose and your personal fulfillment on that. That is the role of the strategist, and that's what I'm here to do. Also, part of your C-suite would be your advisor, the one who does the technical investment execution, the one who brings to the table the financial instruments that are going to come together to create that portfolio and manage your actual numbers in the way that will bring you the results that you want. Not the results someone else says you're supposed to have, but the results you want. Next, we have the accountant. The accountant looks for those elements that optimize not just your taxes, but your cash flow. The accountant is there to help you plan, not react. Please, please, please. Anyway, there's a whole episode on this. I'm not going to go into it too much, but the accountant is there as another part of your personal C-suite. And then the lawyer, the legal eagle, who's there to ensure that all elements of your financial plan are well put together and structured in such a way that you can create a legacy of wealth that goes beyond just you and your impact. It can go from one generation to another and to another. Well, building that C-suite might be overwhelming. And if you already have that imposter earner archetype, it's entirely possible, we see these go hand in hand very often, that you're also dealing with analysis paralysis. So, how do you bust analysis paralysis? You stop doing your own analysis and you get someone else to deploy beyond paralysis. What do I mean by that? You are no longer the doer in the plan. You are the director. I think there was this ad one time where these movers were advertising their service, and they pretty much said, all you have to do is point and the thing disappears, and point and the thing disappears. Essentially, that's what we need you to do as a wealth architect. When you have your personal C-suite in place, you don't need to be the one doing all the analysis. You need to direct your strategist and your advisor to do the analysis. They will come to you with what they have analyzed, and then you can say, deploy, right? You can say, let's do it. They can come to you a year later and say, let's take a look, let's review, let's see how things are moving. And you can say, okay, let's move this way, let's move that way. You're no longer the one doing, so analysis is not a problem. You're no longer the one trying to bring all of these elements together in analysis, so it is no longer a problem. Move from doer to director and build that calculated confidence, because you will need to deploy that stagnant wealth into aligned strategies. Make sure we overcome that analysis paralysis. And then, of course, you need to take on that identity of a wealth architect. You need to stop being the one who goes out, makes money, money sits, goes out, makes some more money, money sits. You need to stop just reacting to the circumstances around your life and your wealth and being stressed out by all the things you could do, the things you should do, the things you really wish you did do. Move from that identity to the one who is in charge, the one who is proactive and who is directing their wealth experiences. And we need you to reframe wealth from just a number in a bank account to a tool for impact, a tool for your unique signature on this world, on your world, a way that you can actually create a legacy that will live much further than just your lifespan. Move from accumulation to legacy. That is how a wealth architect actually builds a wealth plan that is not only sustainable and results driven, but it is rooted in value, personal fulfillment, and legacy. So you don't need another spreadsheet, sweetheart. You do not need another notebook. You don't need another app. You don't need more data. You don't need to take another class. You need the confidence to build the team that will support your success, and then you get to own your results. Listen, Give your inner imposter, that intern that's running around trying to get you coffee, trying to, analyze the markets, watching BNN, watching those tickers go across the bottom, watching and doing and learning and trying, and all this time is just ticking by. You need to give that imposter intern an eviction notice. You need to commit to hiring the who for your most stalled financial task. You know you want to start an investment account? Well, you need to hire the who. You need to hire the strategist. You need to call me so that we can talk about the underpinnings of a plan. And once you have that, once you have the vision, once you understand the who, not how, once you understand the why, not how, then we can build that C-suite and bring in the people, the support systems that you need to help you create the results that you actually desire. So give that imposter intern the boot and let's get you experiencing the results that you've already worked so hard for, but your archetype, your mindset is holding you back. You are a visionary woman. You are ready for that high touch strategic alliance. So it's time. You need to give me a call to schedule that Wealth Catalyst experience call so that you can get on your way to results, not thinking about it, not humming and hawing about it, but actually getting things done. Until next time, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful, purpose driven, values rooted, results oriented day. Take care.